Hello and welcome to the Fierce Urgency of Now in Today's Schools podcast. I am Dr. Cynthia Mama J. Johnson, a voice of hope in education, and I will be your host. Thank you as always for joining me for another episode. Today, I am honored that you are rolling with me because we are celebrating episode 50 with a very special time of reflection and a call to action. So before we jump in, let me remind you as always why we gather. The Fierce Urgency of Now in Today's Schools podcast is dedicated to disrupting, interrupting, and dismantling barriers to changing student outcomes in our nation's schools. Why? Because our children need us now more than ever before. So we've got to come together, meet them where they are, not leave them there, but to elevate them to a whole new level. Today's episode is designed to do just that, to help you elevate children to a whole new level. The title of our episode today is Removing Barriers to Student Success and Gaining Measurable Impact. Why are we doing it if we're not going to have an impact? This episode 50 is a reality check and a call to action. So join me as we look at our hot topics in today's educational landscape. We have standardized testing. We have burnout. We have mental health issues. We have literacy and math and teacher shortages. We have technology. We have AI. We have skills gap. We have closing the gap, school violence. We have just the elimination of those human connection school skills. Many of us, you will find, not me, not Mama J, have no hope. Why? Because they see so much that is going on around us. But I'm telling you today, just like that word behind me, we always have to have hope for our children. That's what keeps us moving forward. So let's jump in to our very first question. Question number one. What are you doing to respond to the fierce urgency of now in today's schools? Now, you saw all of those topics that I had on that screen before, and you probably could have added another 50. So I want to know, what are you doing to respond? You can't do everything and do everything well. But what things are you doing to ensure that you have a laser-like focus and you are targeting and making sure that children are succeeding in your school, in your district, in your classroom? That's the bottom line. So go back through and look at all those different things that I have listed on that screen and determine, what am I doing and what am I doing well to support children? Question number two. This is a question that I've asked all 49 guests when they come on my podcast. What barriers, such as mindsets, practices, and systems, are you willing to disrupt, interrupt, and dismantle to ensure the students have access to and opportunities to thrive? Now, I've added something new in there, such as mindsets, practices, and systems. Let's take a moment to break it down. Somebody say, Mama J, make it plain. First of all, let's look at mindsets. Mindsets. Do you have a mindset of failure or do you have a mindset of success for our children? You know, there's many things that we believe, but what do you believe as an individual for the children that you are serving? Our mindsets impact what we do and do not do for children. So ensure that your mindset is a mindset of success. Practices. What types of things are happening in your district, in your school, in your classroom, such as tracking? I'm amazed that in 2026, we're still talking about tracking. I can go to schools throughout the nation and see tracking in action. I can see students that are put in the low and slow track. I can see students that are put in the more advanced track. I'm not even going to talk about right now who's in those different tracks, but you already know. But why are we doing these practices that are hindering children? And then we look at the systems that we have from the central office, from the building level, all the way down to the classroom. What systems are holding your children back? What systems are causing a barrier for your children and your students, my children, to become and remain successful? So I'm going to make it plain to you today. What are you willing to disrupt, interrupt, and dismantle that's not working? Don't go back and do it again just because you've been doing it for so many years. Last question. Question number 3. We're going to get there. What will you commit to doing differently to bring about change, transform outcomes, and achieve measurable results? That's what it's all about. Bringing about change, not just in your system, but bringing about change in the lives of our children. What are you going to do to transform outcomes? What are you going to do to move from despair to hope in our nation's schools? And then, what are you going to do? What are you committing to do to achieve measurable results? Some of you are still grappling with closing gaps, and that's a challenge throughout our entire nation. Not just achievement gaps, but look at relationship gaps. What are you going to do? What are you going to put in place that's going to impact those results in such a positive way? Now, as always, I always have a reflection. What are the implications of this topic on the work that you lead every day, that I lead every single day? Reflection number 2, application. How will I apply what I have learned to my daily practice? Today, I gave you a challenge. I gave you a time to reflect. Now, you may not have gotten it all the first time through watching, but I want you to go back through and watch it again. And I want you to determine what you're going to do differently. It's April. We can't end this school year, and we cannot go back into the next school year the same way. Now, as always, I like to invite you to have me come in. I can help you get to where you need to be. Why? Because I partner with you. I meet you where you are, and I help you along the journey, whether it's through keynotes, workshops, coaching, whatever you need. I am here to help you succeed. Now, you always know that Mama J's got a song somewhere. So regardless of what it looks like and sounds like, Mama J's always going to let her light shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. See you next time.